Ну, может быть.
Я стала Брискарен Стрик.
Не важно. Так, запусти. Can you hear me? Okay, let's start. So the topic of today is healthy lifestyle habits, simple practice for the day, exercise part 2, and we'll talk about hypertrophy and strength training in particular. First, who am I? Athlete, training for 10 plus years, writing a healthy lifestyle book, working on a healthy lifestyle course, and a healthy habit enthusiast. You can apply for the waitlist for the book and course on website. You can scan QR code with the link, or just type the link into your browser. Okay, let's first quickly recap what we learned in part 1. We learned that VO2 max is maximum oxygen uptake during exercise. It's directly correlated to cardio health and longevity, and that cardio activity helps to improve VO2 max. We also learned the guidelines for the cardio. It's moderate activity, 150 to 300 minutes per week, vigorous 75 to 150 minutes per week, and that consistency is key for boosting the 2 max and uh, overall heart health. Yeah, and also we learned that combining moderate and vigorous activity probably is the best one, and yeah, the best idea. Okay. Sorry. Let's go to the sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary lifestyle and lack of non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Also, the topic from the previous meetup, we learned that we can offset negative impacts of sedentary lifestyle by exercise next, 1 to 5 minutes, some activities class, walking up the stairs, push-ups, jumping jacks, just walking, also fine. Every 1 or 2 hours of sitting. Daily walking in general, aim for 10,000 steps a day, or in multiple frequent walks, or one long walk, doesn't matter much. And more general activities, stand during phone calls, standard pace, use stairs as elevators, and so on. Okay, now let's switch to the topics of the day. First is benefits of exercise. Hypertrophy training, strength training, injury prevention. Okay, let's start with longevity health. Exercise is not just about weight. Fitness is a key factor. There are a bunch of studies that checked whether obese people, overweight people, uh, that exercise, how they compare to people that don't exercise but they don't have excess weight. And people who ran the studies were a bit astonished that people who exercise, even if they're obese, they had a better physical shape. So research shows that higher fitness level reduces the risk of premature death. It's also important. And physical activity improves both physical and mental health. We'll talk about that as well. But let's start with muscle and bone health. That's basically the main topic for today. Not sure if you know, but age-related decline starts around 30 and maybe 40 years old for muscle and bone density, and resistance training and proper nutrition can counteract the declines. Yeah, the importance of incorporating strength work at any age. We'll talk about that. So basically, no matter your age, it's always good to start if you didn't do it before to exercise. Let's look into example. Here we have three people. Yeah, first one works out regularly. Second one doesn't work out at all, and the third one didn't work out but starts to work out at the age of 35. The beginning is age, so the horizontal line is age, so from age 20 to age 60. The vertical is their so-called muscle mass index, I would say. It's just approximate number. So we started at 100, right? So for example, at age 20, they were the same shape, the same body size. Then one person started to work out, he gained some muscle mass, in this case to 140 points, yeah. The indices. And the second person didn't work out, his muscle mass started to decline slowly. Usually it gets even more rapid with age. And the third person started to work out at the age of 35, so he gained some muscle mass, because you can do that no matter your age. But as you can see, his muscle mass still was less than of the first person, because he kind of started later. But he still was able to gain quite a lot and maintain it better through the years. Let's now talk about fundamentals of hypertrophy training. Key variables: volume, intensity, effort, and frequency. Rep range, so how many reps you do. Usually from 6 to 12 reps with 1 to 3 reps in reserve. So you not always need to do to failure, you can leave 1 rep in reserve. Exercise types. Compound movements such as squats, deadlift, bench press, and pull-ups, push-ups, or whatever exercise you prefer with multiple muscles working. And some isolations, like for target muscles, bicep curls, I don't know, triceps extensions, stuff like that. And the second option is strength training essentials, 3 to 5. Recommended approach sounds like that: 3 to 5 workouts per week with 3 to 5 exercises per session. You do 3 to 5 sets and 3 to 5 reps for building strength without excess hypertrophy. In general, it's also a good idea to incorporate both strength and hypertrophy. So option 1, do 4 to 8 weeks of strength training per year, and in other time do hypertrophy training, for example. Option 2, some days strength, some days hypertrophy, so just combine them and switch, I don't know, maybe 1 week this, another week that, so just combine them together. And the option 3, do the same day with different exercises. For example, you do one exercise more hypertrophy training style, the other is strength training, so that's also fine. Strength training is also pretty beneficial for those who doesn't want to gain more muscle mass. So you can gain more strength, but you won't gain as much muscle mass. It's usually for some sports where the weight is important. For example, you have weight categories and you want to stay at the same weight, but at the same time you want to gain some performance improvements or some strength, power output. That's usually the case. Some key takeaways on training. Choose training style that you enjoy. Ideally incorporate both strength and hypertrophy training to have more balanced fitness. If you don't like gym, pick a sport or physical activity you like. Basically, just do some activity. Even at some sports, they usually have already both cardio and strength training to improve your results in sports. So it's already both there. Regular exercise improves mood, cognitive abilities, and overall quality of life. And don't underestimate the role of recovery and sleep in achieving results. So if you don't recover properly, then your results will be way worse than they could be. Now let's talk a bit about injury prevention. First is proper movement and gradual progressions are essential. We'll talk about that. Regular screening helps identify mobility or stability issues, and balancing intensity with recovery minimizes the risk of overuse injuries. Let's start with movement screening and assessment. Tools. Functional movement screening, list of movements to assess your level and prevent injuries. And additional tests. Bodyweight squat, push-up, plank, hold, grip, strength, and so on. And basically the result of such functional movement screening will be to understand your imbalances if you have any. For example, one leg is stronger than the other, or you can your balance on one side is better than on the other, and customize training to address individual weaknesses to prevent possible injuries because of imbalances. Now let's talk about some safe progression and load management. Here is the 10% rule, and I think it's very important to follow it. It's like the usual one. It means increasing training load by no more than 10% a week. Let me give you a quick example. For example, you do some exercise, and let's be bench press. Your working set is 50 kg. Then next workout you want to increase weight, but try to increase only for 10% per week. So if you did 50, increase to 55, then the next workout or even week you can increase by 10% more, so to 60, then 65, 70, around maybe like a bit more, but try to follow a bit like 10% rule if possible. So you can, it's also pretty fast increase, but it's also safe. Avoid too much too soon to reduce injuries. It's basically the same. Just don't try to double your weight or the amount you do. Just the next workout. Try to progress gradually. And of course, include planned deload weeks. Ideally, every 4 to 8 weeks to allow recovery. For example, you work out every 4 to 8 weeks, then do one deload week. Deload week usually is decreased amount of workouts, either workouts or maybe just sets, weight. So you do less sets, less weight, so it feels a bit lighter, so your body can recover a bit better. Master fundamental movements. Squat, deadlift, press, pull before adding heavy loads, or just going some isolated exercises so you can just for injury prevention, so you can feel more comfortable in them. Do some equipment checks, proper footwear and well-maintained gear, ensure training surfaces are safe and appropriate, so everything's working properly before putting a lot of weight and just putting a lot of power or pressure into the machine or something, and small details can make a big difference in preventing injuries. Now let's talk about recognizing and managing overuse injuries. Common signs of overuse injuries: persistent pain, more than stiffness for quite some time, swelling, and so on. Early intervention: what basically you can do to, if you have, for example, like persistent pain or something like that. First is adjust activity levels. So, for example, reduce activity levels or get yourself some rest. If it continues, you just need to seek professional advice, talk with someone who has experience in it. And of course, emphasize gradual progression and listening to your body. So, again, 10% rule. Responding to minor injuries. First is quite often is right method, so rest, ice, compression, elevation, so basically get some rest. Second is active recovery, gentle movement to promote blood flow and maintain mobility. Active recovery is usually underrated, so you don't need to just lay and do nothing for the whole day. If you can, you just move a bit, do some maybe stretching light, some walking around, so just your body moves. You don't need to do put some pressure on something particular, but just move in general a bit at least. When to return to activity. Ensure pain-free movement and near equal strength before resuming full activity. So just return gradually. And basically that's all. What's next for the next meetups? Stretching, breathing, hydration, smart training, and some advanced exercise tips. Final thoughts. Consistency and enjoyment are key to a sustainable exercise routine. Adapt training and recovery strategies to meet individual needs, and make it a habit that you enjoy. That's basically the main point. I'm trying to make that exercise should be a habit that you enjoy, that you can do quite often. And that's basically all. Again, the link to the website if you want. And thanks for watching. If you have any questions, I'll be here for a minute or two. You can just write. Okay, thanks everyone, and have a nice day.